You know, a lot of guys brag about how they wear the pants in the family. What they don't mention to their buddies is that their wife tells them what pants to wear and when to wear them, and to stop talking to your idiot friends about their marriage anyway. See, women have all kinds of rules about clothes. Jeans are okay for hanging around the house or the hardware store or whenever you go somewhere alone. But when company's coming, you gotta go all the way upstairs and put on something nice. So I got to thinking, wouldn't it be great if you could wear the same pants all the time? Well, you can't. Just get yourself a pair of jeans, one size bigger than you normally wear. Actually, better make it 2 sizes bigger. 1 size bigger is probably what you should be wearing now. Next, you turn your good pants inside out, and then you stuff them inside the oversized jeans. Then you just sew them together. Or, since you have no idea how to sew, use the handyman's secret weapon. And it's just that easy. Because once you get everything duct taped into place, you got something better than a reversible jacket. You got reversible pants. A setback at the lodge this week. I was towing a backhoe through town, and I went by the town hall. You know, I never noticed there was a statue there, and after I went by, there wasn't. But I did the right thing. I told them that I had done it, because a whole bunch of people saw me do it. And my punishment is I got to replace the statue. I was thinking about using Harold just to see if he could stand still for more than 5 seconds.
Oh, correct. So what happened to the statue downtown?
I heard somebody knocked it down.
You knocked it down?
Could be. I didn't ask for details. It doesn't matter, Harold. I told him I would replace that stupid statue.
Stupid statue?
Yeah.
That is Sir Don A. McDonald. He's the founder of the entire Possum Lake area.
Well, the way I heard it, he just brought a bunch of people here to figure out where the smell was coming from. And after a couple of months, they got used to it and stayed. We don't need to honor him.
Uncle Red, that statue is part of our history.
Well, Harold, now that statue is history. You're gonna feel a lot better when you see my replacement statue. Take a look at this baby.
This has to go on the front lawn of the town hall, you know, not the parking lot of Wacky Willie's Five and Dime.
Well, Harold, you don't understand. This is an attraction, see? This will bring people to town hall even when it's not their court date. Huh? Way smaller target for pigeons, and here's the best part. It's a profit center. Yeah, come on.
It's time for the Possum Lodge Working! Today's winner receives this coupon for one night stay at this area's only place that urges its guests to sleep in. The Possum Lake Bed and Lunch. It's okay to sleep late at Possum Lake. There's nothing to see anyway. Okay, cover your ears, Winston. Mr. Green, you got 30 seconds to get Winston to say this word. Star. Star.
Yeah, all right, Mike.
And go.
Okay, Winston, think of a celestial body.
Supermodel.
No. These come out after dark, and some of them aren't very bright.
Sure sounds like a supermodel.
Okay, this is something people like to watch at night.
The neighbor's window.
No, this is up in the sky, and it's on fire.
A guy with a gas barbecue.
No. Okay, no. If you wait long enough, you may see one of these shooting.
A postal worker.
Okay, listen. What do you have when you say rats backwards?
Dyslexia.
almost out of time, Mr. Green.
Yeah, okay. Listen, remember our science teacher? He got up in front of the class and he said, our son is actually...
Adopted.
No, not that kind of sun, the one that shines.
Well, we all shine, Red. I mean, everybody's a star.
There we go.
My parole officer says you're never too old to start learning.
He was just trying to sell you his computer.
That's not fair. Where else can you get a Commodore 64 for 50 bucks?
Well, they're free at the dump.
I'm talking about education. You know, your lack of education can really limit you. Have you ever talked to somebody who knows a whole lot more than you do?
Every time I step through the front door.
Well, the way to correct that is by learning. For example, I know that in the scientific table of elements, the symbol for lead is PB, which stands for plum bum. And when I tell people I know what plum bum means, they just stare at me in awe. Yeah, like that.
Well, okay, no, education is important, but experience is a pretty good teacher, too. Like when I'm having heart surgery or something, I don't want some guy who's never done it before. I want to be part of his experience, not part of his education.
Yeah, but you don't want somebody with no education, especially for a heart operation. I mean, it's not so bad with kidneys because you got 2 of them.
You know, you don't need education to be successful. Evel Knievel, he was rich and famous. He never had a college degree.
And he also broke every bone in his body.
And survived, huh? How many of your fancy lawyers could break every bone and live?
I know a lot of people who'd love to find out.
Just think, Dalton, though. If Evil had gotten himself an education instead of just jumping over buses in his Harley, he could have been president.
President Evil?
You know, I think it just comes down to the person. A lot of people have had success with a lot of education. For me, I never had much, but hey, I've had a happy life, a fair bit of success, a little bit of wealth on me there, some self-esteem, and the respect of my friends.
You have?
Yeah.
And then you lost it all. Boy, you must be bitter.
You know, in my life, I've experienced there are 10 things that are impossible. The first one is backing up a boat trailer. The other 9 all involve my wife. See, the problem with the boat trailer is that you got 2 separate vehicles with a flexible ball hitch in between them. Plus, you're driving using your mirrors, you know, or actually turning your head around if you're under 25. And the car is pushing rather than pulling. So when you turn one way, the boat goes the other. It's actually very much like the problems I had when I was dating. I always got the opposite reaction from the one I expected, and I was trying to control the situation from the wrong end. The solution, of course, is marriage. We got to marry the 2 vehicles into one. United we stand, divided we jackknife. First thing you want to do is cut off the part of the car that you don't use anymore. Sadly, at my age, that's the back seat. I mounted a bunch of chisels to the edge of the garage door and a couple of heavy anchors, add a little jam to it. They're actually wood chisels, but there's lots of them. Anchors away. Okay, that's the hard part done, which was cutting the car in half with the garage door and then getting the mess all cleaned up before those people came home. So now we're ready to join the front half of the car to this boat trailer in holy matrimony. What this man has brought together, let no boat ramp rent asunder. Amen. Okay, I should have mentioned this earlier. Get a car that's front-wheel drive. Otherwise, you'll be attaching the boat trailer to the drive shaft. she'd get spinning around like a whirligig on there. No. No. And it's just that easy. No more jackknives. No more having the boat trailer unhitch at 50 clicks and take out a bus shelter. And most of all, no embarrassment for me. I want to talk to you older fellas about your eating habits. So many of you are jumping on this low-carb bandwagon. I'm afraid she's going to blow a tire. Okay, here's the thing. It's not about counting carbs. It's not even about counting calories. It's about counting meals. Got a little shock for you. According to the experts, there are only 3 of them. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Now, you may call dinner supper, and that's fine, but it's an either-or deal. And brunch is a replacement for breakfast and lunch, not a tide me over between the two. Likewise, we got to stop inventing whole new meals of our own. Meals like Brett Car Fast. That's that second breakfast you eat in the car. Then there's Lunch Snacker, the post-lunch pre-afternoon snack that gets us through to Din Snacker, and then the snack for watching cable TV, which we call direct feed. Now, I know cutting out all these meals is going to be an adjustment, but no one will mind if you do a little complaining. Heck, it'll probably be the first time they've heard you talk with your mouth empty in years. Remember, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together.
Correct. Yeah, this is important to wear things like this. What are you chopping wood in the lodge for anyway?
Well, you said you didn't like my horsey ride, so I decided to carve a statue. You know, a face that's heroic, and yet it's every man. It's inspiring, but not intimidating. Handsome, yet intelligent.
Looks like you.
Hey, Red,
Yeah.
how's the statue coming?
Well, pretty good.
Looks like you, but not here.
Yeah, that's what Harold says. I don't see it.
But that is not going to do. I mean, we also need a statue of a man that exemplifies the Possum Lake area.
It doesn't have to automatically just be a man, you know. It should be an artistic statement. Something that makes people stop, pause, wonder. Make them feel better about themselves, you know? Something that has no specific sexual gender at all.
Oh, so we should make a statue that looks like you. You know, there's nothing more relaxing for a guy, or even a Harold, to go out into the woods and just kind of get back to nature, into a more simple existence. I can't think of 3 better guys to get simple. And, Walter, Bill, and Harold, and they got the hammocks. And, okay, you're missing some basic concept here, Bill, but I'm sure it'll work out. They ended up with 4 trees fairly close together that they could... closer than Harold thought, apparently. Walter's got a little more sense. He just tied his hand to the tree. But Bill finally gets himself in business. One thing about Bill, he can fall asleep anywhere. Luckily, he has cruise control. And Harold's tying his hammock to the same tree, of course, and he tied a real good knot. But when he saw Bill's knot, he thought that didn't look quite right. He kind of gave it a tug as a slip knot, though. But Bill had no idea that it was Harold. Okay, and Walter it wouldn't quite reach, so he had to kind of really horse her over there, bring the tree. Of course, what you're doing is creating a lot of tension, which is what Harold usually does. So these hammocks are now stretched pretty tight. So he's back in business. Bill, why don't you just see if you can go back to sleep? There you go. And Harold has his really too loose here. So more of a slip kind of down like that. So Harold now is going to realize to take his hatchet and cut little notches in the tree. And Walter's doing fine. In Mexico, I believe these are called bonus notches. And he puts the hammock rope right through those, and now you're in good shape. Now, same thing at the other end. And he's making the notches. Unfortunately, he just can't there. But Harold is oblivious, as usual, and he gets into the hammock, just gets comfortable. And the next thing you know, little tit for tat, right, Bill? Anyway, they finally, all three of them are settled in, relaxing, and Harold starts to get a little bit hungry. And he gets up, which upsets the whole balance of the tension between the hammocks. And he had put a small bag of popcorn into his backpack, and it's down the bottom, Harold. There you go. Harold eats enough popcorn, you can actually imagine the movie. So he goes back, doesn't see the hatchet, trips over it, falls into the hammock, springs the other guys up through the... So now Harold's lying there, kind of thinking, I wonder where the other two guys are, and I'm saying to him, I'm thinking they'll be back in a minute. So they don't really know what happened. Harold's not there, and no one seems to care. Rockabye baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, you're still a dork. In the old days, when my dad and I would go on a canoe trip, pack all our stuff into wicker baskets, let the bugs in and the smells out, and they sunk every time we flipped over, which happened on a regular basis. Then Dad got a great big metal cooler. It had sharp edges, rusted faster than a Studebaker, and weighed more than our fridge. I'll tell you, the guy who thought that a metal box would make a great insulator should have spent a winter in a garden shed. But eventually, science got into the atomic age and produced the miracle substance, polywanacrackerline. Finally, a cooler you could lift, huh? And it even floats, unlike Dad. And these things close up airtight, which is great when you're taking food to the campsite or bringing dirty laundry home. Now, that cooler in the canoe sure was a big step forward, but why just take one step, eh? If you have enough coolers and the handyman's secret weapon, you can take it to a whole new level. I call it the canoeler.
Why don't we just take that big Ronald McDonald figure that's down at your store, we'll paint it gray, and we'll call that the statue.
That's not Ronald McDonald, that's my father.
Oh, look, Dalton, that Uncle Reddy's finished the sculpture.
He said no peeking before the unveiling.
Hey! No peeking. Well, I really done it this time, boys. It's impressive, it's gender neutral, it reflects the values of the Possum Lake community, and most importantly, it's done. I present you the spirit of Possum Lake.
My Lord!
It's not that good, huh?
It's not any good.
What?
I mean, what you got with the... of course, what is that?
Well, it's conceptual art, Harold. You may not understand that.
What about the plaque? What's that for, an apology?
No. No, that's the best part. Here stands the spirit of Possum Lake. All wisdom, all knowledge can be yours. 25 cents per question.
What?
See, I incorporated the horsey ride into my statue here. See? Yeah? I'll tell you, the artists who connect with their community are the ones that make serious coin. So tell me, great spirit of Possum Lake, should I buy that boat I've had my eye on?
You don't This is every man's dream. Someone who always says yes.
There we go.
Let me try. Okay, oh, great spirit of Possum Lake. Do women find me sexy?
No, it's meeting time.
Yeah, you guys go ahead. I'll be right down. So if my wife is watching, I'll be coming straight home after the meeting. And now that I'm a sculptor, I think I'm ready to try a reclining nude. You think she'll shoot me down? For the rest of you, thanks for watching. On behalf of myself and Harold and the whole gang up here at Possum Lodge, keep your stick on the ice.
All right.
Quando, Omni, Flunkus, Moritati, sit down. Bow your heads for the man's prayer. I'm a man, but I can change if I have to, I guess. All right, man, we've been looking for a new name for our statue. Now America has the Statue of Liberty, but this one looks so much like Harold, we're calling it the Statue of Puberty.